Joel Meyerowitz is an American renowned street photographer and portrait landscape photographer. In 1962, inspired by the works of Robert Frank, Joel began his photography career on the streets of New York by taking black and white pictures of whatever he saw with a 35mm camera. Joel Meyerowitz is most known for being the pioneer of color photography. In 1972, he permanently began to use color photography as well as large format photography. Large format photography is described as using an 8x10 camera to produce photographs of places and people. Meyerowitz is an author of 20 published books, including his first and most famous book entitled Cape Light. Cape Light, which was published in 1979, features color photos of various sceneries within Cape Cod and is considered to be one of the first and most influential books about color photography. This series, which I'll be critiquing, mostly focuses on photographing sceneries rather than actual living things, successfully capturing the beauty of still life photography. The Cape Light series is truly aesthetically evaluative. This whole series places an emphasis on the luscious colors and rich compositions. Attention of the images is directed towards the relationship between the object and the light. There were a few photographs that specifically stood out within the series. This first image stood out to me specifically because of the perspective of the image. This image is shot from a porch overlooking the beautiful beaches of Cape Cod. This image uses symmetry and also utilizes the rule of thirds to create a place for the viewer's eye to travel to. The use of these two photographing techniques helps to create that unique perspective. The photograph is simple, but at the same time is very interesting to observe. This next image features laundry sheets drying in the open air. The image captures the movement of the laundry sheets as displayed by the blurred parts of the photograph. The image stood out to me not only because of the interesting subject of this piece, but also because of the pop of orange color on the left side of the photo. Joel does a great job of attracting the viewer's eyes with the pops of color and making the images aesthetically pleasing. The next image is shot at a beach in Provincetown. I was drawn to this next image because even though there are no real main subjects to the piece, what makes this image interesting is the use of color. There is no one color that stands out. Rather, there are many colors that are blended together to achieve a cotton candy sort of a sky. The way in which the image is shot reflects onto the water, giving the whole image a very dark and ominous feel. This image is also taken from a higher perspective, giving the viewer a unique way to look at the image. This last photo, featured in the Cape Light series, pictures a picket fence. Though the image's subject is not very interesting, what attracted me to this photo specifically is the use of light. In this photo, Joel utilizes top light to create shifting shadows along the fence. Overall, I found Joel's Cape Light series to be most interesting due to his use of color, composition, and subject matter.